There are very few places in which time stands still, and fewer yet where nothing ever changes. Hi everyone, Ken here. Welcome to This House. Today we are exploring a true time capsule of days past. Make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a fascinating episode of This House. Ruggles Sylvester Morse was a prominent hotelier in the mid-1800s, owning state-of-the-art hotels from New York to New Orleans. In each of his hotels, he made sure to include the latest technologies seamlessly blended with master craftsmanship. When he began planning his summer home in Portland, Maine, he wanted nothing less for himself than the luxurious amenities he offered to his hotel's guests. He hired architect Henry Austin to design for him a modern Italian villa-style house. Its brownstone facade would be laid out asymmetrically, with a 4-story tower rising, flaunting flamboyant overhanging eaves. The interior of the home was planned around a central hall, with each public room connecting to it and a servant's wing left out of sight from guests. Entering the home, a flying staircase soared towards the rear of the house, below a 25-foot-long skylight, while the paneled walls boasted frescoes and trompe-l'oeil created by the famous Gilded Age artist Giuseppe Guidicini. The parlor was planned with all the Gilded Age glamour a room could hold, with murals worked into ornate woodwork and gilded mirrors reflecting light from gas chandeliers. Ruggles was among the first in his area to have gas lines run to his house, ensuring that it could be lit up at a moment's notice. We will now pass through the parlor's double doors and cut across the entrance hall to the music room. Carpets extended from wall to wall, with geometric patterns climbing towards the floral motif which composed the frieze. Even on the most chilling of nights, guests would be able to enjoy entertainment by staying warm, not just from the marble fireplace, but from the early form of central heating which had been installed in the house. The dining room was decorated in rich wood paneling, with coffered ceilings framing murals above the dining table. Further spoiling his guest, Ruggles ensured that no glass would ever run dry, nor any conversation would ever be interrupted. He used discreet servant call buttons to summon his staff without missing a beat as he entertained. Behind the dining room, the library sat in all its splendor, with built-in bookcases fashioned in the Gothic Revival style, concealing books behind glass panels. Upstairs, in areas which were generally less extravagant, no expense was spared on lavish artisan work in the bedrooms. One of the bedrooms even featured a double sink, connected to indoor plumbing, another feature which was incredibly rare for the time period. Ruggles enjoyed living here until 1893, when he passed away. His wife, having no need for such an extravagant estate, sold the home along with all of its contents to the Libby family, who occupied it until 1928, when the Great Depression wiped out their fortune. At this point, they abandoned the house, and it was eventually seized for back taxes. Because the home had been planned with plumbing, gas lines, and sat at a desirable intersection, an oil company attempted to purchase the home with plans to demolish it and replace it with a gas station. Thankfully, a man by the name of William Holmes was able to purchase the mansion, which was still mostly intact with nearly all of its original furnishings. By 1941, he had opened it to the public as the Victoria Museum, naming it after Queen Victoria of England. Through careful curation and continued dedication to the house's restoration, today it appears nearly exactly as it did when Ruggles owned it. The stair hall can still be enjoyed in all of its glory, with the flying staircase triumphantly ascending towards the skylight. The parlor glistens in golden hues, as guests now marvel at a room in which time stood still. The music room appears in an earth tone palette with original furnishings cluttering the carpeted floors. Of all the Italian villa-style homes from the time period, the Victoria Mansion might just be the most well-preserved and intact house where guests can visit seasonally. If you have ever visited, I would love to hear about your experience down below in the comments section. And while you're there, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an exciting episode of This House. I would also like to take a moment to say a very special thank you to our This House supporters, whose names you can see on screen right now. If you would like to see your name on the screen and contribute in part to the production of these videos, join our membership program today. I'll see you next time on This House.